Mom said Christmas was canceled. Her voice cracked, soft but final. Money's tight this year, sweetheart. Maybe next time. I didn't argue. I just nodded, staring at the blinking cursor on my phone screen where Merry Christmas texts from coworkers sat unread. The fridge held last night's leftovers, soggy pasta, cold and congealed. I ate it in silence, the sound of the fork scraping against the plate louder than it should have been. I told myself it didn't matter, that we'd always been more about love than money. That's what she used to say when I was little. We may not have much, but we have each other. Turns out that was a lie too. 2 hours later, I was scrolling aimlessly through my cousin's Instagram story when I saw it. The Christmas tree was lit up, gold and green. Gifts stacked under it like a magazine spread. Laughter, clinking glasses, Jingle Bell Rock humming in the background. And there they were, all of them, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and in the center, Mom, smiling, holding a glass of wine, wearing the red dress I bought her last year. The caption read, "Best Christmas ever. Family is everything." I stared at that video for a long time. The screen dimmed, but I couldn't move. Family is everything. Except me. The next morning, I didn't call, didn't text. They probably expected a tantrum, a confrontation, something emotional. That's the thing about me. I don't shout. I wait. 2 days later, Mom texted, "Hey, sweetie, hope your Christmas wasn't too lonely. Can you send $2,900 for bills? Things are tight right now." Tight. That word again. I looked at the message for a while. My thumb hovered over the keyboard. Then I typed, "Didn't you cancel Christmas?" I hit send. And then I turned off my phone. The first call came 2 minutes later, then 5 more. By the time I powered it back on, there were 30 missed calls. I smiled. For the first time that week, I smiled. They thought it would end there. They underestimated me. See, I'm not the type to hold a grudge. I let it mature, like wine or poison. Mom had used my name for years, the joint account I thought we both managed. Turns out it was her personal vault. I'd been feeding it since college. Rent, bills, hospital visits. I never questioned it. I thought that's what love looked like. So I did what any good child would do. I checked the accounts, quietly. And there it was. The $2,900 she'd asked for wasn't for bills. It was for a cruise, a Christmas cruise, booked the same week she told me we were tight. Revenge doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be clean. I waited until after New Year's. Let the guilt sink in. Let them think I'd moved on. Then, slowly, I started pulling strings. First, I closed the joint account. Every penny she thought she had access to, frozen. Then I rerouted the utilities I'd been paying in her name, canceled them one by one. When the power company called her, I knew the exact words they'd use. "Your son requested the closure. We assumed you'd been notified." I wasn't cruel. I left her with enough to get by, just not enough to pretend. Then came the real move. Mom's sister, Aunt Diane, had always been the family treasurer, the one who helped everyone with taxes, loans, and charity donations. She also had a habit of pocketing a little more than she gave. So I sent an anonymous envelope to the local tax office. Every forged receipt, every fake expense, all traceable, all under her name. It didn't take long. 1 week later, Diane was under investigation. The whispers started. The family group chat, the one I was conveniently left out of, went silent. I didn't have to lift a finger after that. They ate each other alive. When Mom finally called again, her voice was smaller, like she'd swallowed her pride and it got stuck halfway down. "Why are you doing this to me?" she asked. I let the silence stretch. Then I said, calm and steady, "Christmas was canceled, remember? I'm just keeping with tradition." She cried. I listened, not out of sympathy, out of study. I wanted to memorize the sound of regret. A week later, my cousin posted another story. The house was dark. No music, no laughter. Just a caption, "Some people don't know when to stop." She was right. I don't stop. Not when I'm betrayed. Not when I've been lied to. Not when family treats loyalty like currency. People think revenge is about anger. It's not. It's about correction, balance. They taught me that Christmas is about giving. This year, I just gave them a truth they couldn't wrap or return. I didn't ruin Christmas. They did. The moment they decided I wasn't part of it. All I did was make sure they'd never forget it.